All right, we're live. We got a recording running. Welcome to the LLamas Graze, Boris and Nevermage from. Is it pronounced EYWA? AWA? I keep
EYWA.
Yep, EYWA.
EYWA, like that character from Avatar.
Right, right.
Thank God.
I
Okay,
would
I
believe
thought you were gonna be
EYWA
really mad
mostly.
if I brought that up. You're gonna be like, no, not that thing. It has nothing to do with Avatar whatsoever. I usually just call you guys the CrossCurve team because I never think I'm pronouncing that one correctly.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, we've
EYWA connects all lives yeah, in DeFi in crypto space. Yeah.
well, that's a good concept to start with, isn't it? Been talking to you guys on Telegram for the last several months and kind of get to learn about your project a little bit, but obviously for the llamas and everybody listening to the recording, it might be a new idea and a new thing that they haven't heard about. So I'd like to give you guys both the opportunity to be able to introduce yourselves and introduce CrossCurve and EYWA and talk about the current point that you are in your launch and your farming, airdrop farming, and all the cool stuff that you guys have going on.
Thank you, thank you. Today we're here. I'm Boris, CEO and co-founder of EYWA and CrossCurve, and second speaker Jacob, our marketing lead. And today we present our project and talk about our unique possibilities for llamas, and talk about our partnership with llamas. Yeah, maybe you have questions, or we can make a standard pitch.
Wouldn't say it's gonna be a pitch, but I guess Boris, it's gonna be great if you just tell the guys what EYWA is, what CrossCurve is like, why is it like two names and so on and so forth.
Yeah, just a basic intro about what the project is. It would be great for the people who have never heard of it, but just doesn't need to be the full pitch because obviously they can go to your Twitter and go to and read the docs. But what is the core concept of CrossCurve?
Okay. EYWA, it's a cross-chain ecosystem. We built this since 2021. Initially, EYWA, it's a cross-chain messaging protocol, and CrossCurve, it's our application layer. It's a cross-chain DEX on top of Curve. CrossCurve solve problem of fragmented liquidity. EYWA solve problem of interoperability and insecure bridging in crypto space. It's our two big challenges, major DeFi problems. About liquidity fragmentation, what is essence of fragmented liquidity problem? Crypto assets in DeFi are heavily fragmented across multiple layer 1 and layer 2 blockchains, and transferring large amount between blockchains inefficient due to high slippages, slow, for example, layer 2 bridges, and unsafe due to numerous bridge hacks. We built CrossCurve on top of Curve, and Michael Yegorov, CEO of Curve, it's our lead investor. And we have unique architecture. We combine big liquidity pools of Curve and using middle chain in a phantom. Our bridge means synthetic assets, and we connect synthetic assets using stable swap pools of Curve. And for example, we can swap different LP tokens between chains. For example, biggest stable swap pools. Now we can swap Ether between pools, between chains, and BTC, different versions of BTC. And about insecure bridging problem, now I think up to $3 billion lost in crypto space, and EYWA consensus bridge solved this problem. It's our answer to cross-chain bridge vulnerabilities. EYWA consensus bridge aggregate different cross-chain data transfer protocols, and EYWA consensus bridge, it's omni-chain token bridge and data bridge, and we make consensus of different transport layers. For example, any transaction verified using minimum 2 protocols. For example, Axelar, Layer 0, our own protocol, and currently most cross-chain bridges use their own message protocol to control security of user funds, and many protocols quite centralized or semi-centralized. For example, Layer 0, CCIP, or Across protocol. Many big bridges quite centralized, and EYWA consensus bridge, it's like a multi-sig for bridges. For example, we can make consensus 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5 for secure funds in the bridge. In fact, EYWA cross-chain ecosystem, it's a full stack of technology, transport layer, token, omni-chain token bridge, and cross-chain DEX. And for projects, we provide cross-chain listing offer. I mean, any protocol can have one liquidity pool for all chains. Imagine if you divide liquidity between many chains, you need many liquidity pools, and you have high slippages in each chain. If you concentrate all liquidity in one pool, in one place, you provide you provide good slippage for traders, and CrossCurve can provide roads for traders. Traders can buy and sell project token using one liquidity pool. It's our solution. Also, we provide swaps for big amounts of liquidity. For example, for now we can swap up to $300K of dollars between 8 chains, up to 200K for BTC swaps, 300K for stables, up to 100K for Ether, and we have huge capital efficiency. We need estimate 10 times less liquidity, unlike competitors, because we aggregate all liquidity in one place. We reuse, for example, curve liquidity, and also, yeah. Yeah,
I'll let you have a breather there for a second. I mean, that was an earful and a lot of concepts that you just threw out there. Obviously, a lot of it's really exciting for people like us, the llamas, working on a lot of bridging technology. So we've done a bunch of badges, and I'm sure that Hawthorne and Pan told you, but we did several badges for a bunch of cross-chain messaging for Polygon when they were working on their ag layer launch. And I always thought that it was a big, a huge idea to be able to try to collate all the fragmented liquidity across multiple chains. And Polygon is trying to do it with, whatever chains are connected to them or side chains of Polygon or whatever. But you guys have said on your website that you're able to go anywhere Curve is and go to any chain that Curve has a presence on, and then collate all that fragmented liquidity into one product for each token, correct?
Correct. Yes, also we need our own liquidity in a half chain, but we connect existing pools. For now we aggregate stable swap pools of Curve across 8 chains, and also BTC pools. TBTC, VBTC pools in 3 chains. And I think Threshold Protocols, BTC guys, promote us very soon, because we provide service for swapping TBTC LPs between chains. Cross-chain ZEP transaction, for example, you can send BTC from Binance Smart Chain and receive LP of Threshold pool in Arbitrum, for example, or Ethereum,
Right.
or up. Yeah.
It's a really necessary tool, and I imagine that in a few years, all this will just run in the background and you'll never see it, right? Like it'll just be the rails that everything runs on, and we'll look at this point in time with all the fragmented liquidity across all the L2s and think that was ridiculous, and like, oh well, that EYWA solved that, like that, in 2024, like that. It's a ridiculous problem. We don't have that problem anymore. Liquidity is liquidity, no matter where it is. Is hopefully the place that we'd end up in eventually. Also, you talked about bridge security, and the amount of bridges that get hacked is just ridiculous. I mean, every single major networks had a bridge hack, and then like obviously the Axie chain has had like 17 bridge hacks. They just keep getting hacked over and over again. And so it's going to be, I love your multi-sig for bridges security concept that you came up with, where you need to have consensus for bridge transactions to confirm. There should be consensus on more than just one set of validators that are running in one guy's basement.
Also, we implement this technology in Curve. Our plan deploy consensus bridge after Sonic mainnet, after migration to Sonic. Now we're using Phantom Opera, and our plan going to Sonic after Curve finance migration to Sonic. After Sonic mainnet, we migrate all core liquidity to Sonic and implement consensus bridge. And after deploy consensus bridge for CRV core assets, CRV USD, take CRV USD. Yeah. And hi, dear brands. It's YieldNest, our friends. We
our friends from
talks about migration.
Welcome,
and
Dio.
services.
Hey, hello guys. Happy to be here. Finally made it. Somehow I always miss the grazes, but finally happy to be here. And,
yeah, I only had to do it at 11:22 at night and 9 o'clock Istanbul time, and that fit your schedule perfectly.
Yeah, that works perfectly for me. Now it's like 1:22 p.m., so it's perfect.
90% of the irritating Americans are asleep, so you don't have to deal with them.
Yeah, no, exciting times. I think it's DeFi is suffering from this fragmentation issue. It's so hard as a protocol to build, even to build liquidity on L1 is hard, but now we have to build liquidity on all these different chains, right? But it's cool to see that we're working towards solutions, CrossCurve, etc., to see how we make it easier for projects and for users to get liquidity in one place, basically. Yeah.
Boris, if Curve USD does what we think it's going to do and 10, 20, 30x's in size and volume, is that a direct pipeline for you to each of those chains that it's deployed on?
Yes, sure. We have goal expand Curve to many chains. We have many talks with the Curve team, and after Curve team make Curve Lite version for deployment, for fast deployment to new layer 1, layer 2 chains. And also I think Llama Land going to many chains. It's our goal. Connect all supported chains and expand Curve ecosystem to new chains. Yeah. Also, we have plan aggregate other types of dexes and make vampire attack to other dexes and our omni-chain standards, other omni-chain standards, because it's also fragmented area. I mean, now in DeFi space we have up to 10 different omni-chain token standards, all omni-chain tokens quite centralized. For example, if you have if you use layer 0 OFC, you use only one transport layer trusted oracle from layer 0 team, and your money not safe.
Correct.
And yeah, our plan provide our own omni-chain standard without risks of centralized third-party centralized messaging protocol.
So something that an average person would never know is that even the omni-chain protocols are not standardized. So you have to not only are you trying to solve the issue of fragmented liquidity, you're trying to figure out what pipelines are the best ones to use and which ones are the least centralized and the least risky to be able to transfer to message cross-chain.
You're right. And our plan secure all funds in a hub chain because it's important for liquidity providers. It's a main idea. And if we make, for example, additional cross-chain pools and we combine risky assets and our hub chain assets, we isolate risk for different pools. For example, if project use layer 0 OFC tokens and we provide cross-chain pool for this project, yes, we have risk if layer 0 was hacked. Liquidity for these tokens may drain it, but not all TVL.
Yeah, you spread the risk around.
Yeah, isolate for pools. Our main idea, we need to secure core funds. I mean, now it's stable coins, Ether and BTC, and we can connect up to 8 blockchains using one liquidity pool, because we have many chains. I think few hundreds of chains. We need to create more pools. I mean, meta pools. For example, we can connect LP tokens. For example, now we have X-stable pool. It's a liquidity in 8 chains, and if we need integrate more chains, we can make new pool. For example, 7 new chains and X-stable, and it's new pool. Aggregate liquidity from 7 chains and connect this liquidity for other 8 chains. It's clear. It's our concept, because Curve stable so pool provide possibilities connect up to 8 chains. I mean 8 assets.
So I'm on. That's a really good intro and a wonderful way to tell us the problem that you guys are solving and how you're solving it, and it's currently a functioning project. And I'm on the website now, and of course the first thing I see is that you guys are working on your 2nd season of airdrop activities. So I'm assuming that's an important thing for you to talk to the llamas about, because you're trying to get llamas involved on your airdrop, correct?
Yeah. We provide few offers. First of all, yes, we have a 2nd season of airdrop. For this, people can make swaps on CrossCurve, swaps or bridges, and receive points. And you need to make transaction every day for receive maximum points. We have limit per one wallet up to 250 point to wallet. Also we have Telegram mini apps. This phenomenon like Hamster Combat, Katizen, and other big games with huge amounts of players. It's a question.
Yeah, I saw your hamster combat comment on Telegram. So right now you need people that are doing your tasks for the airdrops. Like is that what your the current point that you're at in your project is? You need people actively using it, correct?
Yeah. I mean, we have our own Telegram mini apps. It's Lamaville, and we have many beautiful llamas, and we talks with your team, with your designers, and
so we're gonna have a pretty good llama CrossCurve partnership here
for us. Yeah, and we have now we talk about sticker pack with llama mascot. I think mascot of CrossCurve, it's a llama, and our game Lamaville, it's a education product for Web2 people, and I think Jacob can talk more about our concept of Telegram mini app, and I send more about our farming programs and other offers for llamas.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'll be quick. So I guess you remember, guys, that actually that's like this iconic llama that you crafted. Yeah, is that this is like the avatar of our TG bot. It's like very nice looking guy with like afro hat and like really cool glasses. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yes, of course. So that's the avatar for the Telegram bot for your Telegram bot.
Yeah, that's like our like secret level llama. There's like I guess it's
Nice.
like 11 levels, but like the 12th one is this one. It's like the top of the top. So
And
we
is that part of is the Telegram bot part of the airdrop farming leaderboard system?
yeah, I mean like the Telegram mini app. Yeah, you can like you'll get the specific like point that's called like crypto dollars or like llama bucks. Yeah. It will be converted to like all the points that we use on chain tasks to just balance it. And yeah, it's a part of our second season. But so to elaborate what we're trying to do, we're trying to teach this like Telegram tappers, which are like I guess like newbies, yeah, like normies, which doesn't have much knowledge of like crypto DeFi, and we're trying to teach them basics, helping them to like get on speed in the space. And we'll add some on-chain tasks to them in the future. This is like our big goal. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but we have very interesting like partnerships to get this running. So now we already hit like 400K in monthly active users. I mean like players, yeah, or like the guys who already like use the Llamabill, and we are planning to get more. So it's mostly for the hype for the listing, yeah, and the more players we acquire, yeah, the more players we could convert to basically on chain. So we're like trying to enhance our like interfaces, yeah, and improve some like CrossCurve features. So to them to drive lots of these guys like normies to teach them how the DeFi should be made, how the future, yeah, of like the interoperability should look. But let's get to the exciting part, like how your community like llamas can farm our future tokens. I guess that's the part for for the OGs, like the Telegram mini app. Yeah, just the adoption. But you guys already like very savvy guys in DeFi space.
Main point. It's a huge news. We have partnership with Stone Foundation. We received grant from Stone Foundation, and Stone Foundation support us, and we have plan create big user base, promote these Telegram apps using Stone Foundation resources, and our main goal with Stone attract many real users into blockchain, because Curve also going to Stone. Today I participated judges session with Michael Igorov and Stone Foundation representatives and other VCs, and today Stone say about our partnership, CrossCurve and Stone on Curve. And our mission provide cross-chain stable swaps for Stone, and provide this functionality in Telegram mini apps for huge amount of people. We provide possibilities swapping, for example, any types of stable coins from EVM chains to Stone. Yeah, it's about our Telegram app. About other activities, now we have a huge farming program, EYWA early farming program. We provide huge APR for stables, BTC, and Ether. Now we have TVL, 8 million plus, and our goal reach 30 million TVL in this month or maybe 2 months, and we provide reward token EYWA, and after TGE date, it's 5 December. Farmers can convert this reward EYWA token to vesting safe with 3 months vesting period. And also we launch our token in DAO in December, EYWA DAO, and all vesting safes, for example, private tokens, public tokens, airdrop tokens, can be used in our DAO, and we provide the EYWA. Our DAO is solidly fork, and any people can, for example, receive NFTs. The EYWA, it's NFTs, and I think we using llamas for these NFTs. I mean pictures with llamas in DAO NFTs, and also we provide possibilities for staking in DAO. If you have a locked token, you receive staking rewards with after compound to body of your lock. And also we provide OTC market for all locked tokens. I mean, people can sold locked tokens using our NFT in Arbitrum, on top of, I think, OpenSea marketplace in Arbitrum. Yeah, and soon in November we provide community rounds, and our offer for Llamas community, we can provide extra round for all Llama holders, and provide allocation for in our public round. About vesting, about pricing. Community round have price 7 cents. It's FDV. FDV is 70 million, and cliff 4 months, 20% unlock after cliff, and 8 months linear vesting. It's last possibilities buy EYWA token on public. Other round have long vesting. I mean, for example, public rounds have 1.5 years vesting. Team tokens have big vesting up to 4 years. And our plan list our token to centralized exchanges and on the curve in Arbitrum. And after launch DAO, we launch our emission program, and all holders of votes can participate in DAO and vote for emission. I mean, provide, for example, bribes to Curve, provide direct emission in a pools, in a cross-chain pools, and any protocol can participate in our DAO and build cross-chain unfragmented liquidity on top of CrossCurve, and receive rewards for this TVL.
Well, imagine
Yeah.
the value that you'll be able to offer to new projects who don't have the crazy money to be able to go bootstrap liquidity on 15 different chains, and then you just come to you guys and be able to penetrate all those chains from one pool, and not even have to think about going to every L2 to be able to it's a really elegant solution to the fragmentation problem. I have a couple specific questions for the llamas. So for the llama round, are you going to do a snapshot of current holders, or do you have a date in mind of when you will do a snapshot to be able to whitelist those llama holders into the early round?
Yeah. I think before sale, we make a snapshot for holders of llamas and provide whitelist.
So just whenever, but sometime before you open the round, you'll do a snapshot. Got it.
Yeah.
And then also I wanted to ask about getting on and starting the farming and doing the tasks now to be able to try to farm the airdrop. Is there a reason to connect with a llama in a wallet? Are there any perks that are available now to llama holders for the airdrop farming?
I think not yet. For farming now, you can make transactions on CrossCurve or provide liquidity to our curve pools in a phantom chain. We have unique tabs on curve interface cross chain pools or using our site app .crosscurve.fi. You can provide any stable using easy mode. I mean, it's a single side deposit in a curve pool using different stables, for example, or wrapped Ether or BTC. Now we support different types of BTC, TBTC, VBTC, Coinbase BTC, and Binance Smart Chain BTC, and AVAX BTC. Yeah. Now we have API up to 200%.
Yeah, that's even without any emissions.
It's a emission. We provide up to 0.5% of total supply monthly for this program before launching DAO. And it's a
like limited time. It's not going to be forever.
It's a huge opportunities for people, for example, participate in DAO. Now you can provide liquidity and receive our token, and you can use this token in DAO after launch. Also, we have plan with Curve Finance. We have plan provide bribes to CRV holders for stake DAO, for convex briberies. Now we prepare this event because Curve I mean repair bribes, repair gauges in a phantom, and I think we need 1 or 2 weeks for enable bribes, and we have plan provide reward EYWA for watching markets of Curve.
Well, it's an exciting time for you guys for the launch. I mean, you'll be it'll all happen in such rapid succession after your TGE. Then you'll have to get your gauges set up, and then you'll start bribing in EYWA tokens. I mean, it's going to be cool to see the whole thing roll out and as get going. And it's exciting for us to be able to have a chance to be in the early round for the raise. I'm up here. We've been going for about 50 minutes, so I wanted to start getting ready to wrap it up, but I want to make sure that you guys got everything that you wanted to say on this first call before I talk to Dio and asked about the combination between CrossCurve and YieldNest. And have you guys had a partnership there, or just friends, or is there something that some sort of inner connectivity of the two protocols?
Yeah. We talks about integration, about build unified cross-chain liquidity market for YieldNest, and we have this plan. Yeah, dear brands, maybe you can.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the solving of cross-chain liquidity is one of the biggest issues right now. Fragmenting, pulling apart our industry, right? It's a very big issue, and YieldNest in collaboration with EYWA is like exploring ways to make the interaction. As you go to the EYWA, the CrossCurve website, you can see the path, right? So if you do a swap, and if you click routing details, you can see the whole flow of how CrossCurve works. I think that's probably the best way for anybody new to CrossCurve to understand it, or that Boris, that helped me a lot. Like when you explained your vision and your tech stack, it really helped me to go there and to just see the routing details and understand, like, okay, I understand what's happening here in the background. I think for me and Boris, we're actually looking into, like, how do we even make this more easy? How do we make it even better? And how do we make it so that how do we make the routes always available? How do we make how can we improve that cross-chain liquidity issue, probably to restaking, or to these the X stable pools, or a combination of such, or how will this work? And I think me and Boris are brainstorming and nerding a lot about, like, these topics, and we will continue to do so moving forward. Also, I would now with YieldNest going live with this is not announced yet, but we're going live with new we call them YieldNest Max LRT vaults. So there are so many new restaking platforms, and basically doing you can see there's a vault that rebalances over all the different restaking platforms, and that's going to go live very soon, ideally before DevCon. And then we also want to deploy that to a lot of different chains. And as I said in the beginning of the call, then as a project, it's very distracting and difficult to then be able to manage these liquidity positions.
I can only imagine trying to build your restaking project and then be like, okay, guys, we got this wonderful project built. Now we have to deploy it on 35 chains. Here you go, right? Like, so that's where it's so nice that you already have Boris and CrossCurve at your fingertips, and so tight with them from the Curve ecosystem to be able to help you roll out.
Yeah, and I think that's for me and Boris also like kind of like an ongoing exploration. Boris, I think in DeFi, what I learned, at YieldNest, we spend a lot of time building YN-ETH, which is a very pure native restake ETH product. But the problem is, like, when you go really deep into something and make it perfect, then a lot of times in the crypto Twitter spaces or in the crypto spheres, the DeFi spheres, and it's not that hot anymore, right? So we need to keep on innovating, but at the same time also everything needs to be secure, and we need to go multi-chain, and so there's many factors. And I think that it's the same thing with our CrossCurve collaboration here, where we see this huge issue that emerged now with all these different L2s and base rollups and all these new things that we need to look into. Yes, there is the OP Superstack. Yes, there is the Arbitrum as also a solution, but they're all not working together. So how do we solve this? Well, ideally, the new, we call them the YieldNest max LRT strategies. If these can be deployed in collaboration with CrossCurve, where we then, instead, as you just said, Koji, as you said, like, it's like, we want to deploy on L1 because L1 is kind of like our main accounting base. We still want to do our main accounting of the, the derivative on L1 because of the restaking angle, right? Where kind of export that super hard security. But we do then also want to go to Base, to Velodrome, Aerodrome, Optimism Base, and to Arbitrum, to Fraxal, to a bunch of other chains, step by step. But then we don't want to move around the protocol on liquidity too much, or we don't want to every time incentivize this pool here. So yeah, ideally we find one solution where we have like one kind of omni pool, like similar to what Boris has created with the X stable pool, right, Boris? And I think the X stable pool is something that functions to pump liquidity across all these different chains, right? Ideally, we do that with more products, and that's something we're looking into right now. Yeah, it's very bleeding edge. So there's some stuff we're working on in the background, but we're still testing a lot of things, I guess. Like we're still like brainstorming, testing things. So more to come, but we're definitely exploring ways to make it work, because it's hard. Yeah, as you said, as for a project, we want to focus on our core, and that's basically DeFi strategies or restaking strategies, and making sure that users can get the highest possible yield, and that their assets are always efficiently used in a very safe and risk-adjusted way. That's what we want to focus on. We don't want to focus multi-chain, the LP strategy, okay. But ideally we have an LP strategy where we don't have to, manage 10 different chains.
Right. It's not your core, your core ethos or your core goal is not to be the multi-chain manager, is to focus on your LRT stuff. So thank you for giving us all the insight. And since you spent all this time with us, I just want to get a quick status update on YieldNest and where are we? What can we do? How can llamas get involved? And are you in a farming phase right now, or what's the status?
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So basically, the Eigen airdrop has happened, right? So this was like when YieldNest started. People like forget that sometimes, but the spaces moved so fast, right? When YieldNest got started, it was only Eigenlayer. That was kind of the only thing. And we built, I would say, the cleanest and most advanced, like, native liquid restake token, and that's now completely delivered. So you can deposit, you can withdraw, and all the validators are being spinned up and restaked, and that's going great. And Eigenlayer is actually now paying out rewards on that. So if you hold Y and ETH, that is the lowest risk, very pure product that we have out right now, which gives you the base yield of the ETH staking plus currently the Eigen and AVS rewards, which amount to another extra 2% yield. That's not that sexy, right? But it is very secure and safe. And now what we are doing as a next step is we're building the YieldNest Max LRT strategy vaults, which basically means that, okay, you can take your YNEV, you can take your YNLSDE or whatever, and you can actually pump them in these max vaults, and these max vaults will automatically rebalance around Karak, Symbiotic, and Eigenlayer, and will have strategies in place to always get the highest amount of yield on your LRT. And we will also have a very low risk DeFi strategies in there, so that actually from a user perspective, your assets will always be, productive in a very low risk manner, so that this YNEV max is used to take your ETH or your LSD, you can inject it, and then we will automatically look for the best yield opportunity, either that's restaking or in DeFi. We start mostly with the focus on restaking, but it's also possible, let's say restaking gives you Right now with YNEF, you get 2% extra, but you could also say that, well, what if we can think of a strategy right now, for example, on Aave alone gives you, I think already on the deposit side, gives you, I think 4 or 5%, right? So maybe that's better, right? So it will automatically rebalance between those strategies, starting off with just the rebalance between the restaking strategies, and then moving forward, we will kind of add on like more advanced strategies where we think that's like secure. So that is next, right? So the next step here is that we see that users, they obviously what users care about, in my opinion, is the highest risk-adjusted yield, right? Users do not want to have very complex, some sort of a yield aggregator strategies or things like that. That's not what we want to do, maybe at a later stage. But this product, YNEF Max, YNUSD Max, YNBTC Max, YNBNB Max, these 4 product ranges are basically the main dominated asset, so the main asset that you as a user can choose from, and then your token will stay liquid. So you take your, let's say your ETH or your USDC or whatever, you put it in the YNEF Max or YNUSD Max vaults, LOT strategies or vaults, and then it will automatically like generate the most efficient yield for you. And then if you have that liquid token, if you then want to lever that up or want to go even higher in the risk curve, that's up to you. But we make sure to give you this stable base yield, and then the user itself can go up the risk curve or do whatever what it wants, right? That's what we got from user feedback. Users just want to have the highest risk-adjusted yields and don't worry too much about like where to put it or what the next step, right? And that's what we're trying to achieve.
Well, congratulations on reaching phase 2 of that. And it was a big change, and I like your actively managed vaults that you guys are looking at. That's a cool idea.
And what's really important, we are not a yield aggregator, right? So we're still staying true to that kind of that restaking ethos, but what many people like, restaking is less risky than yield aggregators right now, than just, let's say, to putting it in GMX strategies or GLP strategies or whatever, right? Because there's no slashing yet. But when slashing goes live, the yields for restaking will increase, but the risk will also kind of increase, right? So then the question comes like, what is kind of like more risk-free, right? Like, and that's what we're doing a lot of research in, and that's why we came to kind of this conclusion. So we're not doing super complicated, fancy DeFi stuff like like a beefy or whatever. Like we keep your tokens liquid, so your tokens stay liquid. You get this liquid token out of it, and you will be able to get the highest yield out of it. That's it. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah. And go ahead, Boris. And
we can help. We can help you with cross-chain staking strategies. For example, imagine user can send Ether from any layer 2 and receive restaking token in this chain. And in this time, your main strategy, I think, in Ethereum, and we can provide interoperability for this. It's one of cases.
Yeah, for sure. And and the big announcement is a bit of alpha here, guys. But BNB Chain and Binance Labs is we're joining this special program also towards like a Binance listing potentially and things like that. So that's very bullish. I do that. Like Binance is the liquid. Like when you talk about on-chain liquidity or liquidity in crypto, like Binance is still the king. So we're getting. That's why we also made the choice to also do a BNB product. And in my opinion, there's multiple reasons for that. People that want to really dive deep into our BNB decision there. We have a whole Llama risk report or YieldNest risk report out on BNB chain. where we kind of dive into their new fusion, the plans they have for some of the new kind of native BNB staking, what they want to do. It's funny where ETH is kind of moving more towards the super nodes and things like that, right? To increase the mainnet capacity. Binance is actually moving a little bit more to this decentralized way because they're feeling the heat from the regulators, right? So like that is a very interesting dynamic we're going to play in. So also BNB restaking, that's more like a exploration phase for YieldNest, but yeah, we're very happy that Binance Labs sees these efforts and research that we're doing in that domain and takes interest. So we're exploring that, and of course we're staying. ETH is our home, and we're also exploring. Yeah, we're diving deep there on to see like, okay, you know, how do we integrate Nectar? How do we integrate Symbiotic? How do we integrate Eigenlayer, Karak? And what is the removing all the hype and the marketing, right? But where is the real tech and where is the long-term possibilities to build these structured restaking products with real high risk-adjusted yields, and how do we implement that, right? So that's our main focus. But it's good to see that Binance takes an interest into YieldNest. Yeah,
that's exciting. That's a big combo for you.
Yeah, that took a lot of work. It's been a good journey for me. It's been quite challenging, right? Like coming from more the research angle, from the Llama risk, the risk team, and from also working with Curve and other like groups, is on the more as a community member, right? Like I was always this active, like community person, and now finding my own project. It's been a crazy but amazing journey, and I'm very happy to be here. And I do also want to speak out that I do want to do more grazes. I want to do more with the llamas. I want to see and explore what other cool things we can do together. Also with CrossCurve, as Boris highlighted, like I will keep that in the back of my mind and see in the next graze or when our TGE is coming closer, what we can do there to reward this community and to move forward. The Llamas and YieldNest already participated in our Pioneers program, so we're very grateful and thankful for that. And those pioneers will also be valuable in our governance design that we're now building. So that keeps being valuable. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys. Running over on the time, so I just wanted to say thank you to all three of you. And it was a great call and a really educational for a lot of the llamas that hadn't heard about either project. And thank you so much, Boris. And it was really an awesome vision that you had laid out for us, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you. See you guys in the next one, and thank you so much, guys. Bye bye.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you, Coxie. Bye bye.